see the floating city of Cumulus. And
Whoa!
Yeah.
Ow.
And through the flood, and almost decorating your view is a gentle snowfall, peppering the entire skyscape. You land on the platform. We're here. And he holds out his hand and gives you a strange coat with feathers on it, Ivan.
Thank you.
Put this on, it'll protect you from the cold, and if you fall off, well, you'll be able to glide. I don't want to present a gnome popsicle or pancake to the whelp. Oh, and, keep a low profile. Some white dragons liked the chilly air here and still haven't left.
Thank you so much.
He stands up. Yeah.
Promise to keep this between us.
If you're talking, Finn, you're super quiet.
Yeah.
I said thank you so much, and promise you won't tell anybody else about this?
Lips are sealed, Pansy. Good luck.
He gives him a hug.
Yeah. You look up at him, and he just kind of gives a small eye roll, but you pretty sure you detect the faint tint of a blush.
Cinder!
He's just got away with dragons, man. Okay.
All right.
I don't hear any static.
I'm home.
All right.
Do you hear just...
Ah! It scared me.
All right. You guys can see the snow, right?
Nope.
No.
Not yet.
That literally made me jump. I will be right back. I need to potty.
Aki.
All right. Well then, Ivan, what are you going to do?
He just kind of looks around and takes it all in for a second. It feels a little scary, but also a little relaxing that he's finally by himself. I'm home. He decides to head to the main room. Which I think is that's to the north, right, or the south?
North.
It's north.
Along the way to the north, you pass by a very familiar area.
Okay, is the static still there?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Much better,
Weird.
much better.
All right, I'll keep my mic on. I won't mute it.
Yeah. You pass by the... And you pass by the area where Solinors died, and it appears that all signs of that event taking place are non-existent.
I don't want to relive that again. He lays down on a rock and just kind of looks up at the sky for a little while. Gustro, everyone, I have no idea where you are. I don't know if you're alive, but if you ever want to come home, I'll be here. He starts to cry a little bit.
So you feel a tap on your shoulder. I haven't seen you in a while.
He reaches He reaches into his backpack just because he wants to test something, and he hands the man a pen and paper. Sign this, please.
He very slowly takes the piece of paper. And he doesn't really sign it. He just lifts his arm down. I see you found your way back.
Yeah. And I never expected you to be here. If you are, I think you are.
Yes. I've always had the way to return, but the world on the surface was just a little more interesting than back home. I want to show our people what they had been missing, and then one day I return and they're all gone.
Yeah. Oh.
But it hasn't been so bad. He moves over to one of the walls that has a very beautiful painting on it. I've been telling my stories to the murals. I mean, they're better listeners than the white dragons. How have you been?
I've been fine.
He raises an eyebrow at you. Play me a song.
Okay. Ivan shakily takes out his lute and plays one of his favorite songs.
Your music speaks louder than your words, Ivan. You need to grow up. That tune right there, you're playing a nursery rhyme. A simple tune. You are being faced with something more complex. And I can see that you're trying to keep up, but all that's coming out is a disorganized mess of nice sounding notes. And you're trying to pull the audience back in your lower standards. You're forcing the audience to like your music instead of playing the music for the audience. You need a challenge to change your tune. Stop playing in the background, saying words, singing songs and praying for things to work out. You need to make things happen. How close am I to my analysis of you?
You always did know me best. Drifter. He puts the hat, his hat, which is Drifter's hat, he puts it back on Drifter's head and gives him a big hug.
Yeah, Drifter returns the hug and just like very gently strokes his hair.
If there's anybody wanted to see when I came home, it's definitely you.
He pushes you back and then puts the hat on your head. Keep it. It suits you. But advice is one thing. I should probably help you on your way, because advice is nothing without application. He reaches into his coat and pulls out some papers. I recommend starting with these. Fun fact, did you know white dragons love music? Listen. As the room gets quiet, you hear this gentle harmonic hum. You realize it's coming from above you. The tune is very guttural and low, but it's very beautiful, and It harmonizes with the wind. It spirals and dances like the wind of a snowstorm.
It's beautiful.
You are practically mute, Finn.
Yep.
Just like my people used to say. If you sing with the wind, music you make
Can't hear you.
beyond... Sorry.
Check your volume. Check where your
Please
mic
check your
is.
volume.
I'm sorry. It's like my people used to say. If you sing and make music with the wind, it'll be more amazing than you could ever imagine.
Indeed. Who knew the angry brutes loved music so much? Everything on those pages is I have transcribed. He moves over to one of the rocks. Would you like to practice with me?
Sure.
Now. And that's where we shall move on.
My heart.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
I think I dropped out of the call for a second.
Oh, you can hear us?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, good.
So it is now morning in Castle Directian. So, who shall? So you all wake up. What do you do?
Jalrum slowly shuffles off the papers that he currently made as a blanket. Groggily wakes up and then walks to the door. Oh, right, guards. Morning.
We lost somebody.
Did
Finn.
we?
Oh yeah, Finn's muted for some reason.
Yeah, fence muted, that's all.
Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
No,
he's-
in the game he was gone.
He's out of roll
Oh.
20.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm back.
Give
I'm
us a
back.
second.
It's it.
okay.
All right. All right. So, Owen conjures up a table filled with very familiar, delicious food.
Rhyme's eyes widen. Was there a royal feast today that I wasn't alerted to?
Given the company we keep, I've grown used to summoning a feast for a simple breakfast.
Rhyme shakes her head and daintily takes a plate.
All right.
Her table manners are impeccable to the
All
point
right.
that where they rival Faye Thurin's.
All right. So, as the food is being very slowly consumed, you see a couple children peeking their heads around the corner.
Aww.
And they're looking wide-eyed at the big table.
Hey y'all, gots to
Jalrum looks to Owen just to see, give him a look, saying we can allow him to have a bite, right?
Perhaps we could have them entice a certain dragon to come join us.
Ooh,
Hmm.
good idea.
Bribery.
I signal over to the kids.
All right. You signal over to the kids, and it's like a couple of them are a little slow, but they eventually move over.
All right. Jalarum puts his finger on his mouth. One of his fingers on his mouth, like in a hushing motion to quiet. And
They all mimic your motion.
like, not like so. Food is yours, if you can get the dragon over there in the next room to come out. All you got to do is knock.
May I make a small alteration?
Go ahead.
You may have food, however, you will not get any dessert unless the dragon comes out.
Ah.
It's cruel to deny them food.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right.
However, we will not start until you try.
The kids look at each other, and they all get into this group huddle, and they start like whispering amongst themselves.
This is freaking precious.
Right. Then it's like you hear a couple giggles coming from them, and then they just move over to they just move over to the door. They very slowly open the door.
Oh.
Does Amber hear?
Yeah. Roll a listen check.
Okay.
The guard's looking at what happened, and he's like, "I locked that."
Skills. Listen check.
Listen check.
That's just normal.
Sorry, not enough for little
Sneaky
kid.
street urchins.
Yes.
Would Tantamile hear it?
You roll listen.
I don't think I have a bonus on listen, so I'm just gonna have to roll a d20. 1 moment. What the heck?
Yeah, she has a +2 bonus to listen.
Sorry, I didn't say on my thingy. Alright, either way.
20.
Yeah, that is the DC.
I don't know why it rolled twice. I'm sorry.
That's fine. All right, let's take the first one. It's like Tantamile wakes up, and then they step into the kids step into the room, and they see that the cat has woken up, and they just kind of freeze.
Does Amber?
They immediately put their fingers to their mouths. Shh.
Tantamile is like chill with the kids, so she just hops over to the table and watches.
Oh, I want to see this.
They see Amber like just very curled up, and a couple of them whispers, "Are you sure we should be doing this?" It's like, "Come on, dude, it's dessert."
They want cookies, dang it.
All right,
It
then
must be my snickerdoodles.
Or peanut butter blossoms.
There you go.
Or both.
all right. So what happens is they all take their sides on
No.
one side of the bed.
Oh, they're not about to do what I think they're about to do.
Oh no.
They all get under the bed. They all put their arms under the bed. And then they push.
Am I awake, DM?
Yes.
You are
fall,
now.
Yes, you fall out of the bed.
Amber turns around and is enraged.
Yeah. The kids immediately start running out of the room.
Hold on.
Get with high-pitched screams.
Hold on. Oh.
That's Amber like grinding her claws against the wall.
That's supposed to be a roar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Stop.
Yeah. So they immediately duck behind Rhyme and the guards.
Tantamile pretends to scream and goes, "Ah!"
Yeah. Another familiar face comes in. She hears all this. She hears the children scream. It's like, oh, what? Wait, what's going on? Why are you screaming? What's going on?
Amber's mouth is smoldering.
Look, Amber, food.
Yeah,
Where-
they all look tentatively up at Rhyme. So are we getting dessert?
You are getting as much dessert as your stomachs can handle.
They
Damn,
immediately
is
exchange high fives.
there a chair nearby?
No, come on! Don't go too
Yes.
far.
Don't go to the kid.
Yes.
Amber goes to it,
Okay.
grabs it, and
Amber.
proceeds to shred it in front of them and in front of Jalram.
Okay, there's no way Faye didn't hear all of that commotion.
So yes, Faye comes out, and you all see this.
Oh.
Pretty.
Oh.
Looks lovely.
Shout out to Dogie Crimson.
Yes.
Wow.
Good job.
What is going on out here? Good heavens.
John just is trying to explain, but he's kind of dumbstruck at the new look.
You hear a voice from behind you, Faye Thurin. I don't know, but it was hilarious.
Amber grabs the nearest, biggest, largest meat she can find, shoves past Owen, and makes it her way to the stairs.
Gonna have to ask you to roll a balance check.
Oh, balance check. Okay. That's new.
Mission accomplished. She ate.
Oh,
Well-
Hey, not 20.
Woohoo.
Okay, so she just like ballerina twirls down the stairs.
That's yeah. So kind of what happens is, you see it. You see like a piece of the stairs dislodge, but as you step on it, and then you immediately pull it back before you put all your weight on it, and then you just shoot a glare at Owen before leaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
did she brush past them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, brushed past him.
Seeing Kylum just appear out of nowhere. I take it that's your room.
Yeah.
Ah.
Rhyme is busy setting up plates for the kids. She makes sure they have a
Yeah.
protein and a
Hysteria-
fruit before.
Hysteria does the same.
She makes sure they have a protein and a fruit before piling it with cookies and cake.
Faye like tentatively steps towards Jalarum. Good morning, Amael.
Good. Yeah. Good morning.
Are you all right?
I'm still a little shaken up from yesterday, but slightly better, I guess.
Amael, why is your face completely red?
Nothing, nothing, dear. I just, no. Oh look, cookies.
It's like Kylum nudges Phaethur and with his elbow. Looks like someone's turned on by formal wear.
And then Faye's face turns red. Oh look, cookies.
Yes.
Tantamile leaps onto the table and digs into a fish. There's a fish on the
Snatches-
table and she eats it.
Yes. Snatched a fish. So Mysteria and Rhyme are distributing food to the children, and then they're like, this food is really good. Who made it?
Mr. Lightbringer over there.
And Mysteria looks over and says, so what do we say, children? Say thank you, Mr. Lightbringer. Then they give you an in-tone chorus of, thank you, Mr. Lightbringer.
It's always creepy when kids do that. Makes
Kids
me
are
think-
kids are followers.
Makes me think of. Okay, no, moving on.
I don't want to see a shred of vegetable left on your plates.
A couple of them harumph, but a few of them are very confused at that.
Wanted to say, excuse me, Miss Saria, was it?
Saria, yes.
I don't appear to see the wood elf. I forgot her name.
Lark.
Lark?
Lark, yes.
The what elf girl.
Where is she?
I think she's serving time in prison.
Oh. For...
She received
You'll have to ask Ziadril about that.
based on what I know, I would guess that she would receive a lighter sentence. Manslaughter instead of murder.
I understand.
And due to her age, the sentence would be even lighter. We do not treat our prisoners harshly, Tanliel, I assure you.
I know, it's just, even though I wasn't around her age when I was put in the slammer, I just wanted to let her know everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, one of the kids says she was nice.
Rhyme turns to the children.
She was nice, but my dad says the wood elves are evil.
That is not always true. Did your father ever tell you that all dwarves are mean?
No, he said that the dwarves are fun. He said that the dwarves are fun, and he likes to drink with them.
Well, I have heard a lot of bad stories about dwarves, but Mr. Lightbringer over there made all this nice food. You've also probably heard that the High Grey Elves are not very nice either. But look, Miss Faith Thurin helped save you all a few days ago.
The kids are looking very confused.
You cannot...
But our moms and dads told us.
Moms and dads can make mistakes.
You have the power, though, to fix those mistakes. Always learn what people are like for who they are and not what they look like.
Jalaram, I'm going to have to ask you to roll a spot check.
Sure. Oh, why am I in my skills? There we go. 18.
It's a very blink and you'll miss it, but you see, like, you think you saw someone dart behind the corner.
Which corner?
This corner right over here.
This corner being...
I gotta zoom out.
Ping.
Over here.
Oh, there we go.
Far right staircase.
Oh, there.
Excuse me a moment. If I may. Sorry. Emily Ravis.
Amael?
I'll be right back.
All right.
Can I send Lucid with him?
Yes.
Lucid flies after Jalaram and just lands on his shoulder.
I give like a hand motion basically to stay quiet.
All right. So you turn the corner, and you see a maid dusting. I need to.
Excuse me.
It's that the maid turns around and says, yes.
Sorry. I must have. Did anybody come past here by any chance?
No, just me.
Sure. May I roll either a sense motive or like a search to see if there's like any disturbances or?
Sir.
Stop metagaming. Sorry.
Shh. Sure.
DM. Okay.
Yes.
I'll roll a search first. Okay, 32.
All right. You're looking. It's like you're looking around and just like surveying the area, and you see her kind of fold her arms. I dusted there.
Well, and you've done a very nice job. Very well. Very good job. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, now I'll roll a sense motive on the maid.
All right.
Okay, 20. Okay, 25.
You can tell she feels a little insulted.
My apologies, ma'am. I thought I saw something come this way. All right.
Yeah, with the harumph, she just kind of moves on to a different room.
Yeah, but still looking back, it's like something was there. Huh. All right. I go back. I head on back to the group.
All right. So everyone's continuing eating. Is that all you're gonna do?
Actually, no. I actually want to talk to Faether and come on. Hey.
Yes? Is everything all right?
Yeah, just thought I saw something earlier. But
Saw what?
I don't know. Something just darted past in the corner, but I don't know. I must be seeing things.
Do you want me to take a look around?
No, it's fine. Just I did get some information about. I gesture over a little bit farther so the kids don't hear.
Okay. Faye follows him.
About
I did not.
about what happened. About what happened in Gatlas.
Faye's eyes widen and she's instantly paying 100% attention.
All right. Okay, here's what I know that's for certain. I talked with some of the guards about our arsonist, and from what it appears, that there was no ignition or fuel residue. Whatever had happened had to have been magically done, and it had to be a very powerful mage to do that.
But
DM, may I roll listen?
Yes.
What type of spell would require something like that?
I guess I need an Arcana check for that.
Yep.
Okay, my rolls still only go to you. Okay.
All right.
37,
Unfortunately,
nice.
your listen check is not high enough. So,
Did you fix my thing so that people can actually see my rolls?
I don't see her rolls.
Nope.
No.
yeah, let me fix it.
Okay, because I see Lucid's roll.
That was my
Yeah.
roll and I was on him because I was writing a thing.
It's all good. It's all good.
Meow.
All right.
I regret eating the chocolate cake before dinner.
Oh wait, Josh, would I do a listen check for Tantamile too?
Yes.
All right, so
Yeah, it looks like he's presented.
Nope.
14. Well,
Nope.
Tantamile's closer.
No.
Oh well.
All right. So, your Arcana check has revealed that there are several fire spells that could have done this, but if you're looking for something like absolutely enormous, then yes, it's like you could do it with a lot of big fire spells, or you could do it with a lot of very small fire spells, like Scorching Ray, or if you want to go like really, really big, What's that?
Flaming
What's that
sphere?
spell? There's it. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. There's like delayed blast fireball. There's yeah. There is flaming sphere that could also work. It could be just a bunch of fireballs. It could be a wall of fire.
There are a number of spells that could do that. But my question is, even with those spells, it would take multiple mages to pull off something as large as what happened to Gatlas.
Or one really powerful one. Which brings me to the one I only have one connection to. Jalarum shows Phaethurin the second journal, the one that was owned by Théoden.
Your father?
More specifically regarding the Necronaut. There's some connection with it, but I don't know what it is. The only way I can think of is to go to Galgari and find the answers.
But Théoden's been dead for years. What are you expecting to find?
Anything at this point. It only makes me wonder who would be so desperate enough to summon a creature that hates the living.
Well, I guess our next objective is clear.
Well, before I go, I do want to visit Lark I just want to make sure that she's okay.
Me too.
When she's saying that, he's holding Phaethurn's hand.
Alrighty then. Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Dim got deep.
Yeah.
He didn't expect
Alright.
that, I can tell, right by all the ums and the hems and the haws. So he's
Can
having
you
to
throw
throw
it-
it together right quick.
Can you throw a makeshift jail cell?
Give me one quick second.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I had chocolate cake, sue me.
It's,
Oh,
it's
no.
better. It's,
It
it's
just-
better than a burp.
It just... Okay,
That's
you
not a
know
burp.
what?
walk. Smile away, boys. Smile away.
I hate you all. You're-
I love you though.
No, these are
Alright.
lies.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put a prison together this quickly. So.
all right.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. In that case, I'll just send word to one of the guards. If you could, I wish to send a message to the young wood elf Lark. He writes down a little piece of paper saying, everything is going to be just fine. Your jungle half elf ally, Jalarum.
Yeah, the guard looks at it very briefly and says, "Yes, I'll make sure to give this to her." He gives a polite bow and leaves.
Thank you.
We should check on Cathedral before we go as well.
Yeah. Looks around. By the way, has anyone seen Ivan?
Not since we got back yesterday, now that you mention it.
Not this
Sorry.
morning, no. Children, have you seen the little gnome who saved you?
They look between each other, and a couple of them say no.
Head back to your rooms. I believe Miss Hysteria would want to start your lessons, all right?
Yes. Follow me, children.
Well, wherever he is, I hope he's safe.
If we are to discuss serious matters, I'd rather we not do it in front of them. They've already suffered enough.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kylan, have you seen Ivan?
Not since he stormed out in a huff. No.
Stormed out in a huff? I didn't think that he could do that.
You wouldn't think so with a personality like his.
But if we're all done having our conversations, I think we should probably head up to the council room.
Yup.
All right. So.
Oh, hello, Ivan.
Oh,
There he is.
And, oh, he's gone again. Okay.
Yeah.
I just left something here. I'm leaving now.
I forgot my keys.
I forgot my dragon keys.
Oh,
All right. So
King Orkram.
you look over and you see the dwarven King Orkram sitting on the chair.
King Orkram.
Your Majesty.
Rhyme
Where's
goes to stand next to Owen.
Jalen takes a step back.
Yep.
Tantamile leaps on the king's lap, because that's just who she is.
Orkram looks at Owen very briefly and says, "Vorgrid, Owen." You can tell he's very conflicted, and he just turns away. We are currently waiting for Stewardess Ziadril.
Oh my goodness, diabetes, give it a rest.
The cat. Orkram's like not paying attention to the cat. Verena just sighs and just grabs Tantamile. He doesn't want to play, honey.
It is a pleasure to see you, King Orkram. I hope that your travels were peaceful.
Dealt with a small ambush on the way, but you know how it gets. You know how it gets in these wars. People think they can take advantage of you.
Are you and your men all right?
Are we all right? It's gonna take a little bit more than some highwaymen to take down us.
Wonderful. Then I expect that your men have already had their accommodations and broken out the ale.
Yes, they're in a tavern somewhere. I figured I'd just debrief everything. And on that note, you see Sazayan and Ziadril walk in, and Ziadril's holding a cup of a small liquid that's steaming, and she takes a sip of it.
Hope that's tea.
Good
It is.
morning.
By the way, did
Good morning. I suppose I just needed the night to clear my head. I'm doing better.
Good.
Yeah, it's like Sazayan's just watching her, like, wide-eyed like a hawk.
I
feeling
trust.
any better?
Usually a good night's rest helps me get through this.
I trust
I'm a lit-
Bluebell took care of you.
Bluebell.
She coughs a little. Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Darn it! I was not gonna say nothing. Ugh.
They said it for you.
Ziadril briefly looks at the notes, and King Orkram. Oh, yes, King Orkrim, I was expecting you. She walks over to him and gives him a bit of rolled up parchment. Thank you. He steps up. Well, that's all I need. Time to drink.
May I
what?
roll a spot to see see if I can see what she gave him?
It's a rolled up piece of parchment.
Oh well. I didn't see if there was like I can make out a letter or something, but all right, whatever.
A letter.
You make out the letter A.
Hey.
Hey!
All right.
Yeah. Before leaving, he looks at Owen and then just kind of closes his eyes and sighs.
Is he finally on our side?
I would say this is progress, but given our history, I don't suppose that's saying a whole lot.
Verena, Sarita, did he make any indication that he was willing to fight with Directian against Sabaton?
Sarita doesn't look up before saying, yes, but we had to make a few accommodations.
Such as?
Well, ale for one.
Hardly surprising.
And we also had to adjust the exchange rate for our currencies.
That sounds reasonable. I've heard of worse demands.
Yeah, Verena's just kind of leans back, like, yeah, the dude's really mellowed out over the years. I mean, despite the war. Ugh.
I suppose nearly having your head pushed in by a Balor will do wonders for the temperament.
Yeah, Verena looks over. Wait, is that what happened?
Yes, it was.
No one told me that.
Well, now you
Verena,
know.
Verena, don't you remember that mass evacuation from Gatlas several years ago?
She just stares at you blankly.
The first one.
Not ringing any bells.
Never mind, then. Has anyone heard from Utharian?
Ziadril turns towards you. Oh yes, that reminds me, Agent Bowerstone, your next assignment. After
Rhyme stands up straighter.
After the information your team gathered, and then she puts that in air quotes, Agent Witchwood has been deployed for preliminary surveillance of Galgary. You are to follow him and meet up. If you wish, you may stop by the directing shops as usual. Make sure your expenses do not exceed 250 gold pieces. You are dismissed.
Yes, madam.
Ziadril, are you sure you're alright?
I'll be all right when this bloody war is over.
If I could perhaps ask a question of you.
I caught that.
I know, but it's a good way of asking something nicely, you know?
You ruined it, Shay! You ruined it!
I would. Your constant exhaustion and stress has me a little concerned. Yesterday's bloody nose, especially. Would it be alright if I could perhaps see if something has poisoned or cursed you?
Ziadril looks at you. Why would someone have poisoned me?
You are the.
Okay. Better question. How could they have poisoned me? We have the largest. We have an anti-magic field surrounding surrounding the edges of the entire city. No one goes in or out without getting scanned.
Rhyme just narrows her eyes. Simple common plants that would be indirect in could be served as a poison. Similarly, large amounts of potassium or certain animal blood or venom could also serve as a poison. I merely wish to make sure that you, our leader, are safe. I know these methods because you know that I have used them.
Ziadra just kind of blinks. Verena just kind of giggles. You know, she's got you there.
Oh, that reminds me. I hand over. Maybe this will help. I give her the index of poison and venoms that we got back in the Dragonlands. Maybe.
Good heavens, do we still have that?
Yeah. Scout through that.
No need.
Okay.
All right. So, where you're detecting poison in one creature or object.
Cathedral.
All right. So, you do not detect any poison within her.
All right. Then.
Well, you detect a magical aura coming from her. After studying it a little more, it appears just to be her natural Azamar aura.
All right, you are not poisoned or cursed. However, I may make continual checkups on you. It would ill suit Directian to lose another leader.
Yeah. You notice that Sarita kind of looks up. You know, if I were to poison a leader, I would make sure the poison is fast acting. That way it passes through your system before anyone's able to detect it.
Which is a very astute observation. However, I unfortunately can't do anything about that at the moment, seeing as I am about to depart for Galgari. I trust you to either carry out the missions that Ziadril has given to you, or to protect her with your lives. You too, Bluebell.
Yeah, Sazan just kind of... yeah, Sazan just rolls his eyes and says, uh-huh, yeah, all right. Okay, listen here, Gorgon. I've been protecting her since before you were even a sperm.
I'm well aware of that. That doesn't mean you should ever stop.
When have I given any indication I had stopped? You sure one of your blindness spells didn't backfire?
Oh,
Definitely not.
okay.
Just be a good boy, Suzanne, and I'll see you later.
Suzanne.
Yes, cow?
What did you call me?
Amber growls.
Ignoring that, you were the last person that I saw going after Ivan. Do you know where he is?
Yes, I took him somewhere where he could be alone.
I see.
And out of respect for the pansy, I will not disclose it.
I suppose I can scry him later if it comes to it. And Faye kind of grips her hands together and she looks worried.
All right.
We have a mission to fulfill.
Yeah.
Faye looks over at Amber to see how she's reacting.
Amber's just has a very firm, stern look to her face. She's been listening, but is also emotionally detached. Kind of stoic, like Owen.
Tantamile goes over to Amber and like pretends like he gets ready to pounce, like does that little wiggle, and looks up at Amber, like challenging her. And then in Sylvan she says, "I'ma pounce on you."
Thanks, Simba. Faye looks distinctly displeased by the response, but doesn't say anything. Shall we get supplies?
Whatever I can.
All right, so it's so what happens then is, all right, so I think we can get. So I'll lead you through the town if you don't mind.
Take care of yourself, Cathedral. Verena, Sarita, toodaloo,
Yes.
Bluebell.
It's like Suzanne looks over towards Kylam. Hey, white bread! Could you stop that?
Amber has grown very annoyed with this dragon at this point and cocks her head back before leaving. "When you grow manners, fossil!" Leaves.
What?
Dang!
Hey!
Dang! And the kitty follows after.
I whispered to Faithorn, "Move fast."
Very.
Yeah, you look over to Suzanne, and he's just kind of giving a smirk.
Father Lightbringer, are you going to join us?
I
Yes,
assume
yes.
so.
Yes, loser, are you going to join them?
Strike two. If Amber have heard that.
Faith, Jalrum hearing all this. Yeah, I don't even want to know my nickname. Yeah, let's just darts.
I don't even want to hear it.
Ooh, speed of a rat.
Ryan catches up to Amber and Faither, and I wouldn't think too hard on the nicknames. Suzanne actually only gives nicknames to those he respects.
Faye looks down. Faye kind of looks down on herself, and then she's just like, "Cow."
I believe it has something to do with your chest. If I remember correctly, he calls the dragon whelp. I mean, he does call his own wife a banshee. It's a little game he plays. And so I play along and call him Bluebell.
Cow? She's very stuck.
Amber just keeps walking.
All right. So Kylam looks over towards you and say, "Hey, don't be mad. It's white bread's funny."
I think she is more distressed at the connotation that a cow is fat. However, I am very of the opinion that it's more related to how much milk she could produce if she were with child.
Phase. Okay, that's phase down.
I catch her.
That's like Kylam just shrugs and says, "Hey, it's a nickname. You're supposed to hate it."
Personally, I take great pride in mine.
Yeah, you're so scary. You turn people to stone.
And you've seen it happen. I say it's fitting, does it not?
All right, so we're gonna visit any shops or?
I need to double check myself. supplies right quick. I don't know what I got. And I got no money either. I gave all of it to Jalarum.
Yeah, I only have 122 left.
Amber just sits and waits.
All right, there's a blacksmith, a magic shop, and an apothecary.
Faye, when she recovers, looks through her bag. I do have a couple of scrolls I've never used, and one of which I'm not certain I'll ever need.
All right then, to the Red Unicorn.
Oh, out
Who
of
just
character.
so happens to have a blonde mane.
Out of character, I cannot remember. Was it said that some of the party are cursed, in character or out of it?
In character, not in front of Rhyme.
Darn. Was it in front of Tantamile, though?
I
Don't think so.
don't think
I don't think
so.
you even know about the. I don't think you really know about the curses.
Okay, just
I'm-
checking.
I'm thinking of something, though. As there,
Just checking. I just wanted to make sure.
Faye kind of looks up at the red dragon sign and just
Red Unicorn.
red unicorn, red dragon. I'm sorry, I must have been thinking. I must
Thinking
have
of
been
the game.
thinking about. I must have been thinking about the panel.
Oof.
No, she looks at, and then she looks down again and is like, with child.
Faye?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I suppose I'm just still thinking about this blasted curse.
Oh, yeah. Jalum also looks down. Yeah, that's a problem. But right now we have more pressing issues.
Did you say something, Ryan?
I heard curse.
Oh,
What happened?
Oh,
We,
I'll try.
the
Go
lot
ahead.
of us, we were cursed when we were in Bator. And, Faye kind of puts a hand over her stomach and just kind of falls silent.
Rhyme is absolutely clueless as to what this means, but she just sort of stares at Faye. Alright, curse. I'm going to see if we can find some sort of item or potion or whatever to get that off of you. I do not want any liabilities.
Are there any...
It's not
are
a
there any-
liability.
Are there any clerics or anything that we could speak with?
Rhyme looks over at Owen. Nope, can't find any.
Other than him.
That, DM.
You do know that there is a Cathedral of Heronius around here.
I recognize that name.
I tell them that. There we go. We may be able to find something in Heronius' Cathedral,
Then,
but let us...
yes. I'm sorry. Let's focus on the here and now for the time being.
I'd say a curse is very here and now.
Well, let's just finish our business at the magic shop and then we can stop by the chapel.
As you wish.
Good morning?
All right, so you're going to the cathedral?
No, we're going into the red unicorn if we're like right in
Okay.
front of it.
Okay, so you go to the Red Unicorn, and you see a red-tiled roof protecting a timbered two-story building. You walk in and see pristine glass cases everywhere. Oh, you see the owner. He's a dark-skinned human with a very thin black beard.
Good.
He pulls out his wand and writes "Hello" in blue flames.
Oh, good morning. Faye kind of nudges the scroll of Fox's Cunning into Jalrum's hand, remembering what happened the last time she tried to barter.
Oh, yes. Yes. We currently don't have use for one of our spells for a party. So, why don't you have a look at this? Shows him the scroll of Fox's Cunning. How much would a spell of this how much would a spell of this magnitude be?
He's all right. So he uses his wand to float it over, and then he begins looking at it up and down. He rolls it up and writes 75.
That should be enough for some equipment. Let me just look. What am I at? 122, 190. Yeah, that should be enough for at least something. All right. I'll turn to Faye. Is like that should be enough for something.
Faye just kind of looks confused because she has no idea what the value of this thing should be.
Is it very well 75 it is. All right, so that
he uses his wand to levitate a bunch of coins from behind the counter, and then he hands that to you, and he puts the scroll below the desk.
Okay, let me just take that off of my.
Then he then folds his hand. He then folds his arms on the table and looks at you expectantly.
Oh, well, I do say thank you.
So does Faye.
He gives a polite bow. And then he's still staring at you.
Hang on, am I missing something?
No, I was just doing the math of okay, I should have two because
he rolls his eyes and begins writing in the air. Anything else?
Oh, anything else? I apologies. I turned to Faye. Was that anything else?
What else do you have in the shop besides these rings that I see?
He looks over and he looks over at you two, and he's kind of looking you up and down. His eyes are just kind of narrowing, like he just tilts his head.
Is there a problem?
He then shrugs and then shakes his head, and then he just pulls out an amulet, and then puts it on the table. Then writes in the air, "Courage, 100."
Oh.
Is there a knowledge I should roll to know what that is?
Arcana.
Okay, one moment. I'm actually rolling quite pitifully today.
Yeah.
That's pitiful.
That's pitiful.
Did you take the minus off yet?
Huh?
Did you take your minus off?
What
minus
minus?
3.
The one that you said that you had earlier.
On my strength skill. It has nothing to do with my knowledge.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah, my
Okay,
bad.
so you're pretty sure he's referring to some sort of courage amulet that would make you immune to fear effects.
Ooh.
Faye looks over at Jalrum and she's like, I'll take it.
All right.
Hand over.
He lifts it up and puts out his hand.
Okay.
All right, I hand over
I
100.
already had 40 gold, so the 75 actually put me up to like 215.
115.
115.
115, excuse me. So now I'll just have 15 gold.
Okay.
All right.
And
He
then Faye
trades
turns to Jalaram and puts it on his neck.
Oh. Okay. I'll add to my equipment, I guess. So that is
Yeah, after what happened
Yeah,
last time.
that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Faye
Amulet.
kind of smiles at him and is like, one good protection deserves another, bodyguard.
I guess so. And it's immune to fear, you said?
Yes.
Immune to fear. Alright. Got
Very
it.
practical, Miss Faithburn.
And then she kisses the tip of Jalaram's nose. Practical. Sure.
Good.
Thank you very much. I believe we should be on our way then.
Thank you very much.
Rhyme turns to him and he sort of looks at him carefully. Peace be with you.
He gives you a small bow.
You do not need to bow to me, soldier.
And Faye kind of...
You see him look a little, kind of look a little bashful, and just a slight bit guilty.
Oh.
Hold your head high. You have done much for those you love.
Already got rid of the prickle.
He nods.
Come, let us all continue to the cathedral.
Faye kind of wrings her hands a little bit as she's leaving. I'm not comfortable with the way he was looking at me.
How was he looking at you?
It felt like he was judging me.
For?
I'm not certain.
Well, keep in mind that Grey Elves are an enemy of Directian at the moment.
Faye sighs and looks down. So I should probably expect more of that, shouldn't I?
Unless you have some way to disguise yourself, perhaps yes.
No, I'm not disguising myself.
Suit yourself.
Alright, I think...
It also may have something to do with the fact that he lost his ability to speak due to the war.
Oof, I figured.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a high elf who took away his ability to speak, and therefore that is why he was looking at you.
I'm a gray elf.
Oh, sorry, Grey Elf. I meant Grey Elf. I do apologize. But still, Grey Elves are bad guys.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
They're all the same.
Faerthorn suddenly felt a powerful urge to kill Heronius. Anyway. So, to the chapel, then. And Faye pauses outside the chapel door and she just kind of fidgets and looks really red.
Giles looks there, is like, soon enough.
She kind of fidgets with her engagement ring as they walk in.